I love what Swalwell and Ilhan Omar are doing by taking the message, taking it to those who to the Republican leadership. And it's important the way they're doing. Let's watch this, and then we'll take it on the other side.
Republicans, including the House Minority Leader, mean that Fetterman has ties to the Crips. You cannot make this stuff up. Some polls suggest that this strategy, as bizarre as it is, actually might be working. But as a new ad from two Democratic members of Congress points out, Republicans, including the House Minority Leader, don't exactly have the best track record when it comes to crime.
Kevin McCarthy, you want to talk about law and order? Okay, let's talk. Bakersfield, the heart of your congressional district, is now ranked in the top 10 most dangerous metro areas in America. Your own sheriff said, we know we have
a violent crime issue.
Kevin, your district has been the murder capital of California for 5 years in a row. And if you're so concerned about crime, why did you vote against $350 billion in funding for law enforcement? Every Democrat voted for it. When Democrats passed a bipartisan bill to fund local police departments, you didn't even bother casting a vote.
Joining me now is Congressman Eric Swalwell, Democrat from California, one of the Democrats behind that ad. The other person behind the ad is Representative Ilhan Omar. So it's a pretty powerful ad pointing out the high crime rate in Kevin's own space. Ouch. How did you and Representative Omar come together to pull this off?
It was her idea, Joy, and she wanted to join us tonight. I know she had another commitment come up, but we were talking about it, and Ilhan said, why are we taking this crap from them on defund the police and the racist fear-mongering they're doing when McCarthy has the fifth highest murder capital in the country? He voted against funding police departments. He voted against the most recent grant program that Ilhan and I both voted for. And when it came to the January 6th cops, he rooted for the rioters while the rest of us worked to honor the Capitol police officers. So he's not pro-cop, he's pro-coup, and everyone needs to know that.
And I mean, I know that you're friends with a lot of Capitol police officers, so I know you're speaking about people that you have great relationships with. It is interesting that overall crime doesn't rank that high when voters are asked what the most important issue is. It's well below things like the economy and abortion, which is more important, even climate change, things that we push to try to get people to talk more about, immigration. Crime is actually down. The FBI says crime is down. Violent crime is down. So why do you think Republicans are zeroing in on something that is not the top issue for voters, and it's also declining?
It's because they don't want to work the problems the American people are facing, Joy. They want to just work for their own power, and they do that through fear-mongering, or they do that through threatening violence. And that's what we've seen all the way through. And that's why it's important that Democrats reclaim many of these values that we've actually legislated on and enacted to help people, like freedom. We're the party that believes every woman should make her own healthcare decision. We're the party that believes your kid shouldn't go to school living in fear of gun violence. We're the party that believes you should be able to vote and have that vote counted. But too often we don't defend ourselves. We put both hands behind our back, and too often it's the upper hand that's really held back. And so I really want us to start pushing back against this nonsense, contrasting ourselves with MAGA Republicans. I think we win on that.
We absolutely win on that. So when I saw this piece and saw the video where they're really saying, yesterday I said that on the show as well, right? It is time for us to fight on our strengths, and guess what? Most of it, the strengths are there. Crime. Why is the reason crime rates with guns have increased? Because Republicans flooded the market with guns. Why is it that there are a lot of people without proper health care in states like Texas? Because many red states did not accept the Medicaid the Medicaid expansion to the Affordable Care Act, and in doing so, they killed many of their citizens. Why is it that the gasoline prices are so high? Because of supply side policies that created a boogeyman in shortages that allowed high inflation, all generated by supply side politics, supply side economics, pushed by whom? Republican politicians as well as neoliberal Democrats. So there are a lot of issues we can come by one after the other to show the reasons why one must vote for progressives and why you need not take a back seat from the attacks from Republicans, you take it to them, because every faltering portion of this economy, they are directly responsible for in the aggregate. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.